Everyone, thanks for watching. This is a chat with Ben from Ben Trading Cards. I've been watching his stuff for a while, since pretty much since the beginning, and he may not have known I existed because I try to leave comments, but a lot of times I'm so enthralled in the videos I watch that I'll thumbs up and just watch and then forget, go on to the next video of whoever else because there's so many content creators. Anyways, thank you for being here. Thank you for wanting to do this with me. This is gonna be a lot of fun just to talk with you because I really enjoy the stuff you've been doing. So.
Thank you, Jordan. Thanks for having me. I'm so glad that I've met you. I've seen your couple of comments in my channel, and yeah, you've been a great in your YouTube channel as well.
Thank
I've
you.
watched some of your channels, and I'm just I'm scared with your name, Flesh and Bones.
Well, you know where it came from was I have another YouTube channel called Scheming Skeleton, the Scheming Skeleton. I
Oh
have a
man,
Twitch
yeah,
channel too,
okay.
and yeah. So basically, my wife came up with that name, the Scheming Skeleton, because I wanted something to do with I always like the skeleton stuff and graveyard theme. I've always been into
Uh-huh.
Halloween, and I found this really cool picture of an artist, this Mexican artist who drew these really cool postcards in like the 1800s, and they were of
Uh-huh.
like Day of the Dead stuff. That's where I got my idea for the skeleton thing. So, anyways, long story short, I wanted to reuse my little skeleton logo for this channel. And I thought, well, what would be cool with flesh and blood? And I thought flesh and bones. There we go. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of like fell into place.
So you're in the dark side. I bet you get like monastery type of class, right?
Yeah, I love
You
like
like that class.
Rune Blades. Rune Blade is like my favorite, and I built a deck, but I haven't really played it much yet. I've been playing the crap
Oh,
out of
okay.
Bravo. Yeah. So
I I guess I have the Viserai as well.
yeah.
I haven't shown it yet. I'll show in my next videos.
Cool, yeah. So I wanted to the main reason I wanted to reach out to you was just to have like a normal off the cuff informal talk because
Yeah.
like I don't know how much you know about me, but just a quick recap. I play Magic for 25 years. I'm a graphic design major, but I work in IT now, and I started playing this game because I was watching Rudy's videos, like a lot of people who started, and I saw that he had this game that looked really fun compared to any other games that he had shown before. I thought the
Mm,
artwork was great. I love the idea of two types of foils. The foils look so much better than any Magic the Gathering foils, in my
yeah,
opinion.
I agree.
And the whole theme of the set being, or the whole theme of the game being like almost like a Diablo or video game based card game where you're equipping things like weapons and armor and that fast back and forth play. It
Uh-huh.
really appealed to me more than this slow paced Magic where you're building up to this big swing. It seems like in Flesh and Blood you could come out turn one with a big swing at
Mm.
someone. So to me it appealed more for that. So how did you get your start in TCGs, and when did you start playing?
I actually started when I was in, I think, 8 years old, but that is not magic. It was a long time ago, 1,000 years ago, when dinosaurs are around. So
I'm 37, so I
I,
get it.
so I, I don't know if you've seen it. There's a card with airplanes, aircrafts, F-14, Concorde, something like that. They have like a small. I can't really remember the whole thing, but what I can see is that there are pictures on it with
Okay.
um, and then it has like stars or powers, something like that. Like we made ourselves like a game out of
Cool.
that. Yeah, it's like if I have this F-14, it can kill your
That's
it can
that's awesome though. That's cool.
kill your passenger jet. Okay, so
Yeah.
I can't really remember the whole thing. So I was enjoying that because it's a photo, right? Even though it's a photo, so I started playing with my cousins, but I don't have any cards for that. Then I was introduced with Marvel Universe Inc. So if you've seen that, there's like a Captain America, Spider-Man,
Yeah, yeah,
everything,
yeah.
Thanos. Excuse me. Then I was enjoying it because I also draw. I can draw, and I'm a bit of artist, and
That's awesome. I
uh,
did that as a
yeah,
kid too. I haven't done it much recently. I sketch every once in a while, but I've been drawing since I was really little. Yeah.
yeah. when I see those Marvel comics, Marvel Universe Inc. cards, so I draw the everything what I see there, and then I started, in high school.
Yeah.
Then I was introduced with Magic with my friend. I don't have any Magic, and the reason for that is I don't have any money
Yeah.
for those luxurious games.
Sure.
But I asked him to I borrow his decks, and then we played, and I was really enjoying it because the art, how it was, the mana cost, everything there. So I was hooked into Magic, but I can't afford the packs, even the cards as well. So I stopped and just talking. Sorry, I was looking at the website of Magic, and I just go to the gallery pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's the art, and then I started last year. Oh no, 2018, I think, around there. So I watched a video of a Pokemon, and I was watching it, and I've seen it this million views, and I was so curious. Then I went to YouTube. Um, I checked trading card games, and I saw Magic again.
Yeah. So that
Or
piqued your interest
and I
again.
said, "Oh my goodness, this is similar to Magic the Gathering, Pokemon." Okay, so I said, "Okay, let me research more about it," and then I started collecting. You can see,
Oh yeah,
I
dude.
start
That's what
I
happens.
started I started with that pentagon shaped like
Oh yeah, that game night or
five
whatever it's
sided,
called. I think.
the
Yeah.
the magic here.
Sure.
This is just my
Yep.
first ever. I bought it at Walmart.
Nice.
So when I checked at Walmart, it was about $64. Then I went to the LGS and found out it's 30.
Oh yeah, Walmart has huge markups on that a lot
My
of
goodness,
times.
I
Yeah.
said, "Oh my goodness, there's a market
Yeah.
for Magic." And then and then it has about this collections. I
Well,
bought everything like Facebook Marketplace and everything. And then I started watching Rudy,
sure.
and I saw Flesh and Blood, and I said, "Oh my goodness, this is a good uh a good artwork."
Oh yeah.
Because I'm always attracted to artwork.
Me
It
too, for sure. I think
in
that's being the artist and having that artist in you and seeing that art and knowing how difficult it is and you always wishing like, man, I wish I would have thought of that. I wish I could have came up with that idea. Yeah,
Yeah. I
for
wish
sure.
I'm that guy, you
Well, and
know?
you know what's funny? You were saying about drawing the cards. I remember when I was a kid in the '90s. Everything I drew was based off of something Marvel related. I remember collecting the Flair cards that were all Marvel, and I would draw like Spider-Man and draw all that. But I even went as far as like in the early 2000s when Dragon Ball Z became really popular
Uh-huh.
in the US. There wasn't anyone selling anything Dragon Ball Z anywhere. So what I would do is I would record, and this is going to make me feel really old and people are going to laugh, but I would record an episode on VHS. I would pop it into my TV and hit pause on whatever scene it was I wanted to draw. And then I would
Uh-huh.
draw off of the TV whatever I was seeing. And
Oh,
we'll have to do another talk sometime. And I would like to see your artwork and you could see mine. That would be a really fun thing to do. Because,
yeah.
I drew all these really cool things just looking off the TV, and that was how you did it. And when we got the internet at school, when that became something we had, then I was like, they'd go, oh, you can go to the library, but you can only print stuff school related. So I would print duplex, and I would print school related on the front and something to draw on the back. And that
Oh,
way I was
I
always getting like something I could draw, off of the internet. But yeah, the artwork definitely is what has drawn in a lot of people. And I actually went pretty much full on balls to the wall. I sold everything I have Magic except for 4 commander decks. That's it. I got rid of everything. I cashed out completely. I put all that money
oh,
into Flesh and
okay.
Blood, and I've invested thousands of dollars into Flesh and Blood that I would have never invested into Magic. I was so cheap that I wouldn't buy a dual land for $150 when I saw one. But when I needed my legendaries for Flesh and Blood, I dropped $1,000 like it was nothing. I mean
Uh-huh.
that is how
Yeah. Yeah.
addicted I became to this game and how quick because I see the potential in it and not even the potential now. I mean I see what it is and it's here and it's great. So
Yeah, I've watched some TCG games like Argent Saga.
Yeah,
Do you know that?
yeah, I've heard of that one, and
It
like
it
Force of
came it
Will.
came yeah, it came together with Flesh and Blood,
Yeah,
and in the 2019, and they were at the same time, but this one failed. And you
yeah.
can see Flesh and Blood is it's really, it's really going good, and then
The thing is,
I think it won't stop.
yeah, I don't see that either. And you know what I think too? Flesh and Blood hit a really weird chord in people where some of the artwork looks somewhat like anime-ish and some of it
Uh-huh.
looks like magic. So you
Yeah.
get a mix, and some of it looks like I forget what card it was. Demolition Crew, I think it's called. It looks very like 90s artwork. Last Stand looks very 90s artwork. You got this mix of like early 90s artwork mixed with modern magic, mixed with some cards like Dorinthia cards that look more like anime,
Yeah.
and some of the ninja cards. And I like that. It's this blend of all these styles into something really cool. And Flesh and Blood, I don't know if you remember this. I don't know how big this was in Canada. But when I was a kid, they had these cards called Dinosaurs Attack. And what they were
Okay.
they were collectible cards that were super gruesome, that were geared towards kids, okay? They came out in like the late 80s, early 90s. And what they were was it was dinosaurs attacking the city, like ripping people in half and eating them.
Oh
And
man.
if you look
Okay.
at Blackout Kick, okay?
Uh-huh.
That card is a perfect representation of what I saw when I was a kid in those Dinosaurs Attacks cards. They were like something that your parents shouldn't have bought you, but they didn't realize what they were. Kind of
Uh-huh.
like Garbage Pail Kids. You get your Garbage Pail Kids cards when you were a kid, and then they look at them and go, "What in the hell is this?" You know? They'd go, "I can't believe I bought this for my kid." So when I
Uh-huh.
saw Flesh and Blood, it reminded me of that, and I think that all those art styles kind of blending together is what's made it so popular. And I think that's what's making this MetaZoo game really popular. Is not only is it similar to like Pokemon or something like that, but it looks very vintage, but it also
Uh-huh.
looks more appealing because the foils are really cool. And it's all based around cryptids, you know, these Loch Ness monster and Mothman and all these Jersey Devil, all these weird creatures. And
Yeah.
I think that really this different kind of TCG is what it's attracting people. It just doesn't feel the same as anything else. It feels very similar to how Magic was when it started.
I guess the director of Flesh and Blood had intention to do that, like different kinds of genre.
And it's great.
They have like if you've seen Hedgehog
Yep.
first Ira deck, it's just like a comic, like the Batman before that.
Yeah.
Like there's a pow,
Like a
something like
Sunday
that.
comics,
Like
like a
a
Sunday
pow.
comics in the
Yeah.
newspaper type strip. Yeah.
So that I think they're because they're new and they have to attract different kinds of artists, and they know that I know that they know that if you go to the trading card games, you can attract artists, right?
Yes.
So just like both of us, and I have Patreons who are artists as well, and yeah, they said they were attracted to the art. So, but there's another thing that maybe Flesh and Blood had already propagated because us people are how can I say that? They are I don't know if I can say pissed off
Yeah. Oh yeah.
with
You're fine.
MTG
Yeah.
because
Yep.
MTG started with Gamers Lair. No, sorry, Gamers Lair. Secret Lair. Sorry,
Oh no,
that's
you're fine. Yeah.
you can cut it.
No, you're
A
good. You're
Secret
good.
Lair. Yeah, Secret Lair. And there's so a lot. I think there's 50 Secret Lairs last
I
year, right?
know.
I bought I bought complete set on December, like Seb McCannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's great.
Then and aside from that, there's a lot of products, and it's very expensive for you, like for just a little bet to buy those uh sets. There's a
Yep.
lot, and you've seen another alternative, which is Flesh and Blood, which has two sets
Yep.
for each release, limited and unlimited, right? The
Yeah.
first editions and uh unlimited. So and then the price is 105 here in Canada. The release of like before it was 89 US dollars for no 89 Canadian dollars for the Welcome to Wraith first edition.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can still remember the setup where I was looking at the $89 and I was ready to buy
Yeah.
for the first edition of Welcome to Wraith. Now it's 5,000, right?
Isn't it crazy? Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 89. My son was I want to set up the scenario because this is the moment that I regret. So I was looking at 89 and it was Commander Legends, I think. Oh no, it's not Commander Legends, but
Double
there's
Masters, maybe?
Zendika Rising
Okay.
probably. I don't know. I don't know the expansions that I was
Yeah.
want to buy. Then I was looking at $89 and this expansion set was 139. And I said, "Hey, this one is 89. Probably it's not good." So it's just like
Yeah.
Force of Will,
Sure.
right? Or whatever TCGs that's coming out. And I haven't watched the complete game itself, the how
Sure.
to play it. But I was looking at the artwork. Okay, seems like good. And Rudy said it was from Cartamundi, and Cartamundi quality is really the best, right? And I said, okay, I'll just buy this $139 MTG. And then it went to 200. And I said, oh man, this is really good. And then Rudy said it became 1,000 US dollars. And I was looking at the eBay. Oh my goodness, it's going up.
Too
I
late
wait.
at that point,
I
right?
I said I'll wait when it's going down because it said
Yeah.
it's hyped. You know, people are saying that
Sure.
always. So it's hyped, and I said, okay, I'll wait. And then no, I can't afford it anymore.
Well, the same thing happened to me with when I started. Someone actually, it was Red Zone Rogue, said in one of his videos, if you're starting the game, don't buy Crucible of War. And I wanted to buy Crucible of War because the first card I saw for Flesh and Blood that really drew me in was Consuming Volition, which is it's the guy standing in the water and there's a huge monster behind him and
Uh-huh.
he's like making out with this pretty redheaded woman, but the
Oh yeah,
back
yeah,
of
yeah,
her
yeah.
is split open and it's really like a monster. Yeah, so
I
like
like that art,
so
man.
right
I
away
like
that
the
drew
art.
me to it and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
buying Crucible of War. So I've said this a million times, so I don't want to rehash it, but I want you to hear the story. But I spent 110 on that box of Crucible of War, and then a week later they were 300, and a couple weeks later they were, up to 500. But
Uh-huh.
I pulled about $2,500 worth of cards out of that box. At the time, I didn't. At the time, it was like $300 worth of cards I pulled. But within a few weeks, that Courage of Bladehold cold foil I pulled, I was able to sell for like $850. My Redliner I sold for
Wow.
$150. My Reaping Blade, I cold foil that I bought online for like $80. I sold that for like $175. So I made a bunch of my money from the stuff I pulled out of my box and paid for a brand new garage door and a brand new garage door opener that I needed for my house by
Oh my
selling
goodness,
like
yeah.
3 or 4 cards. Now, did I want to get rid of those? Not really, but I needed the money. In Arcane Rising, all the boxes I picked up early were around $79 or $80. My first 4 Arcane Rising boxes: 2 Arcanite Skullcaps, a Stormtriders, and a Eye of Ophidia. That was my last pack of my second box. I pulled an Eye of Ophidia. I sold that for $725, and you see the price now has kind of
Uh-huh.
leveled out and is around 600. So I sold them while they were hot to pay for things in my house and to feed my addiction for FAB. And that's what I've kind of tried to do going forward when I pull cards that are crazy amounts that I don't need or don't really plan on using. Then I'll sell them while they're hot. So I think, yeah, you may have missed out at that time, but like you said in your video that you posted today, which I already missed out on, the hero decks, the block of hero decks,
Yeah.
you can't find them for under $200 now, at least in the U.S. They're sold out everywhere. I looked because I slept on it. I forgot about it, to be honest, Ben. I completely forgot.
You know, I was actually I recorded that yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago.
Okay.
And it was I've said in the video it was 10 plus um 10 plus talk in this LGS story here in
Yeah.
Canada. And when I was asking my son to, edit it, and then I said, okay, go to the 401 games and find out and get a snapshot of that $109.
Yeah.
And when he went there, I said, this one is sold out.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh my goodness." Okay, we're gonna release the video and
Yeah.
let's
It
see.
was like that, man. I checked this morning
Two
as soon as
days.
you posted that and it was
Oh
gone.
my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I missed
So
out, but I have an LGS here, that Gamers Haven in Parma Heights. When I go there, I'll probably message them when we get done with this interview here and ask them if they're gonna get any, because like they're doing the pre-release event, they're getting some extra product in that they weren't sure of how much they were gonna get, not first edition, but other stuff. So I'm gonna check with them and see just to try, So
yeah, and also they have like the LGS have like 4 sets
yeah,
only for decks. Yeah, I bought some of those because that's what I will be opening those each hero because there
yes,
are 4 heroes, right?
yep.
So you can buy that. And by the way, if you're, I'm not sure, you're in Ohio, right?
I'm in Ohio.
I'm
Yep.
not sure if they can deliver it to you because I have an LGS here. I have an affiliate, and they have they selling like they said they're calling it like how do you call it, bundle
Yeah.
of four, so 4 heroes, and then it's about $50 now. Yeah, like
Wow.
you can buy that, and then you can have 5% if you get my affiliate link.
Okay.
So
What's the place called? Go ahead and plug it.
it infinitycards.ca.
And is it in the
And
bottom of your videos then?
yeah, I'm gonna put it
Okay.
at the bottom of videos,
Okay.
and you can get 5%. And of course, disclosure, I will earn a commission out of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go as soon as we leave. I'll go and look because that's all I don't need a sealed brick. What I want is 8 separate. I want 2 of each hero. One to
Yeah.
open, one to keep sealed. That's all I want. And you also, I want to thank you. I knew about the Ira decks, but when I saw you picking them up, and I think you paid like $100 CA for or
Yeah.
CAD for
The,
one,
the
and
first one is 109. Yeah.
yeah, and I saw like when you bought that, I had just bought one for $45 US. I had someone had posted for 50, and I said, "Hey, will you do 45 with free
Uh-huh.
shipping?" And they said, "Yep, that's fine." They had one left. So he sold it to me. Then you did a video the other day and it reminded me, so thank you. You did a video the other day where you had bought some more and the price kept going down on what you were buying. And I thought, I need to pick these up if I can still find them on eBay. I found 3 more for $50 each. So I picked them up the other day. So I got 4 coming, and I'll show you afterwards, after the chat, if you're interested. Someone on the Canadian Discord sent me a link to these Ultra Pro boxes that are it's a shell, not the kind that close like that. It's 2
Yeah.
separate pieces. They fit the Ira deck perfectly. So you
Okay.
put the Ira deck in, put the top on, and you can put like a little piece of label tape or something on the top and the bottom, but it fits pretty tight. But that's a way to display and store those Ira decks. They fit perfect. I think they're
All right.
25 count Ultra Pro cases.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, so they work perfect. But so I want to thank you for that, because that put me on the Ira train of collecting those decks while I could. And now there isn't one on eBay that's under $70 for sale. So I bought them at the right time.
Yeah. There's a bidding right now. It's 25 uh for 4 days. So now it's 25. I'm
Sure.
not sure. I'm monitoring it because I want to know, because I have a, if you've seen my videos, I have like a graph.
Yep.
So I've recorded yesterday. It was around $68. Now it's picking up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the first editions. And be careful for all the viewers right now. Be careful because there will be like 2020 prints.
Correct.
And I have a subscriber. He emailed me about, he took a photo. Oh yeah, he took a photo of the 2020, and it was like someone bought it at $1,000
Oh my
for a
God.
case. I
Of the
think 24
2020s.
24 pieces of it.
Oh my
I can't
God.
be, maybe I'm wrong, but there's many. But it's 2020.
Yep. Make sure they say 2018 or else they are not.
Yeah, it
Yep.
looks the same. It looks similar, and you can see there it's CRU.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it was printed for
Yep.
CRU,
Yep.
and some
Printed for
are from
Crucible.
Welcome to Wraith. Yep, and
Yep.
limited. So be careful if you're buying like a IRA, but it's in a higher price. Yeah, look at the 2018.
For sure. One thing I want to mention too, while we're talking about promo cards, and we can. I want to end on something really fun here. So you may not know this, but I have had people, other content creators, reach out to me about you. You
Okay.
probably don't know this, but they reached out to me and said, "Hey, Ben has been doing this cool thing where what would you spend $100 on? Flesh and Blood. Okay. Now I've seen those videos, but I didn't like think to do that as well. Like when someone does a video like that, I'm like, that's a cool idea. I don't want to take that idea from them. But these other content creators were like, well, no, I like Ben thinks that's cool for other people to do that, I think. So why don't you do a video that says, what would you spend $100 on towards Fab? And I think it was a great idea that you had. And I think it really did start like this little movement that you may not be aware of, that a lot of content creators have reached out to me and told me this. So I know Bronson reached out to me the other day. Fab Cracks reached out to me. Louis mentioned it in one of his videos, I believe. So there's a lot of different people that are talking about it. So what I would like to end on is, instead of doing a separate video for this, what a better way to do it than to do it right here while you're here and tell you directly what I would spend $100 on. So here are my, I would say, let's say 3 things. If I had $100 to spend, what I would buy. If I was going to spend that $100 and go all in on one thing right now, it would be a cold foil armory promo hero. So a Kaio or a KO or a Data Doll, any of the armory promos that you can get that are cold foil right now, that's what I would spend my $100 on. And that's what I've been spending hundreds of dollars on, is buying those cheap. I picked up a Kyle for $100, a Data Doll for $100. Now that doesn't mean you're going to be able to get them that cheap everywhere, but look, because they are out there. That would be my very first thing I would spend $100 on. If someone was like, well, those are sold out, you only have one more option, I would spend that $100 on 2 Ira decks if you can get your hands on them, for sure. That would be my second choice. And my third choice, which most people would be like, why aren't you going to include Monarch in this list? Well, Monarch right now, like on Channel Fireball, I just bought 8 boxes for $79 each. So you can still get Monarch pretty cheap, unlimited. Not first edition, but unlimited. My third thing would be anything alpha that's under $1. I mean, you can buy red pummels for 50 cents each right now on TCG Player. You can buy, I would target equipment. I would target attack reactions that are popular, defense reactions that are popular, any cards that you know are used or you like the artwork on. Or that also includes first edition and alpha Rainbow Crucible of War stuff. Crucible of War Rainbow common foils have been around 50 cents to $1. I mean, I could easily spend $100. And I have. I've been buying up Crucible of War Rainbow foils left and right, because first edition, even Rainbow foils, are going to hold their value when Unlimited is inevitably released. So those are my 3 things I would spend $100 on, for anyone wondering. Let's do a recap of You've already done a video on this, but now that it's been a week or so, what would you buy?
Yeah. For me, it changed. It's not changed, but it added more.
Sure.
So what I've said in my video was you have to buy Ira, because that's the first edition. Not just the first edition. It's the first product of Flesh and Blood.
Product, yes. That's what people need to understand.
2018.
Yep.
Okay. So you have to buy that because it's so undervalued. It's $68 for now. So you can buy $68 Ira deck. Then the second one is the Monarch decks. Even if you buy a single hero deck, that is a really good buy. Yep. Now, because if you've seen the infinitycards.ca, they're selling at $50 for 4.
Yep, I'll be buying that right when we get off here. I'm telling you, if they ship to the States, I'm getting in on it right away.
I'm not sure, but you can ask your customer service. Yeah, 4 hero decks, and that is the first editions of Monarch. Imagine that, and that is in addition to Katsu, Dorinthia, Reinar, those first editions, right, of the decks. Now, the third one is very debatable, because it's Drone of Brutality. So Drone of Brutality,
I wouldn't say that's even debatable. I would just say pay right for it. Pay the right price. Don't be insane.
Yeah. I've been releasing a video. I gotta show you I bought I thought I think I bought out the LGS store.
Of all their drones.
Yeah, what I've ever, and they said it's maximum of three, so
Yeah.
I bought three, and then I bought another three, and apparently they sent me. I already picked it up, and then I have lots of it.
I hope, here's
Drone.
what I hope. People listen now, this is going to turn positive, but you got to hear what I have to say. I hope that people make fun of you and tease you for doing that and say, ha ha ha, why did he buy all these drones? Because you know what's going to happen, just like people
Yeah,
do to Rudy. They talk crap about what he's saying, and they say, don't invest in this, don't invest in that. But what always happens, Ben?
because the reason for that, because when it was banned, I was looking at my LGS. I have four LGS in my in
Yeah.
my bookmark. Okay, so I looked at the first LGS. It's selling at $5 each, and I look at the 401 games. It's $1.50.
You got to pick them up.
And face-to-face games is they don't sell it,
Yeah.
and the others they don't sell it. So these two, and I was looking at on eBay. The one card is $3, and I said 150.
Well, and that's what's going to happen. So people are going to
And
tease you, and people are going to say you shouldn't have bought them. What a waste of money. And when they skyrocket, guess who's going to benefit? You.
I you see, when I checked the 401 games, there are three: blue, yellow, and red, and that is a really
Get
good
them.
collection.
Yep.
So blue 10 plus. They said if it's more than 10, they put 10 plus, and then yellow 10 plus. All are 10 plus. So I bought three, and then another. My card was I have hit three, and another three, another three. I think I have. Oh my! I gotta make a video. I forgot how many I bought, but at least more than 9 sets.
Well, and see,
nine cards.
yeah, well, see,
Yeah.
and here's what people aren't thinking of, and now people will think of it once they watch this video, and some people may have already thought about it, but the card is only banned in Blitz right now, and I think Classic Constructed maybe too, but that doesn't mean that it's banned in Ultimate Pit Fight and any other future format.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is that card is not being printed anymore. It's not that it's just banned like in Magic and then they're still going to continue to print the hell out of it. It is being removed from the next print run of Welcome to Wraith Unlimited.
Yes,
So
exactly.
even sealed boxes of Welcome to Wraith Unlimited are going to be worth money if they have drones in them. And not only, let's say the card's never used, it's still going to be something that was only printed for a short period of time. Even if it printed
Yeah,
1 million copies, it's still limited.
it's just I don't want to compare it with the Black Lotus, but
Yeah,
it's almost similar because it Black Lotus was removed from the next
yeah,
expansion sets, right? I
because it
think
was
it
too
started
powerful.
unlimited. It was is it
It
is
was
what
in
was it
Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, and Revised.
until revised? You
Yeah, or
see
wait,
that?
actually, hold on, I'm sorry. It wasn't in Revised. Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, and then they removed it in Revised. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
And I was looking at the power of this Throne of Brutality, and I see that it goes to your library every time it dies,
Yeah,
right? So that means it balances the game. So similar to like Black Lotus, it's balanced, but you can play Black Lotus for different formats, right?
yes.
So it's I think I said okay, if I have 9 cards, blue, yellow, and red in my deck, so it's gonna recycle and recycle in my deck, right?
Yeah,
Because it once it dies, it goes back in. And if you can see the stats for that, it goes. You can get a drone of brutality every second turn. Okay, if you're lucky, you can get everything, but every second turn because there are 9 and then 60 deck,
yeah,
and the statistics is 6.6, right?
yeah,
So every draw is 4 because it's from Ninja, right? From Ira, and then if you use it from Ira, you will draw 4 cards, and you can get it at every second turn.
yep.
So I said, okay, this is a very powerful card. Not powerful, not because of the attack, but it can block, it
Yeah,
can attack anytime, right?
yep.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna buy this. I gotta buy this, and now I think it's $4 now or 5. So it's My
So you did
ROI,
good. Yeah.
my ROI is already more than 100%.
I kept
Yeah.
almost everyone I opened except for I gave some away early on to some viewers with decks that I had built. I gave some to my brother, and then I had sold some in some bundles with some other random cards I had that I got rid of. But I think I still have about four of each, and I have like four of each in foil too, because I opened
Okay, that's
a
good.
lot of
Yeah.
Welcome to Wraith. So yeah, so I still have those, which is good. But another thing people don't realize too about that card is there was early on, like with Magic the Gathering, I saw this firsthand because I used to do card shows with my stepfather and my grandfather. And what people would do is when Magic was really popular and sets like Arabian Nights and Legends and stuff came out, they would go through their packs and they would pull out whatever cards they needed for their deck. And if it was a duplicate or they already had four, they just throw them
Uh-huh.
away. I mean, it had no
Wow.
value
Okay.
because it was a new card game. A Black Lotus was like $150 to $200, and people thought that people were insane for selling them for
Uh-huh.
that much. So I watched people open packs of Arabian Nights, and I mean, they probably threw away Bazaar of Baghdad's and all kinds of cards that I didn't get whatever card I needed. I already have four of these. I'll just Guardian Beasts. I got four of. I'm just gonna pitch the rest. There's no one to sell them to. Or I'm not gonna give them to my friend. So a lot of people were just stupid with cards early on because they didn't know what the value would be. So I guess I shouldn't say stupid, but they just didn't realize what it was going to be. So they were like, I'm not gonna. I mean, if you're just throwing cards away, I think that's stupid. Let me say that at least. If you're just throwing them away, but people have been doing that with Flesh and Blood. I've already heard and uh, seen people in chat rooms and stuff say, well, chat rooms. Listen to how old I am. I mean, like Twitter, Discord, all that other social
Yahoo
media crap.
groups.
Yeah,
Yahoo groups.
Yahoo groups. I've already seen people in
My
MSN
goodness.
chat talk about how, yeah, I opened my case up, I got the cards I wanted, and I had so many, I just threw them away because I didn't want to sort them. Think of how many
Uh-huh.
drones probably got thrown away there. So,
Wow. Okay.
just like with Magic, the amount of cards we think are in existence, there's probably really only maybe half of those that are actually in existence because of house fires, floods, people pitching them, moms and dads
Yeah.
not knowing what they are and selling them in a garage sale and they get lost to time. I've seen that stuff happen over the course of playing TCGs, and it's already happened with Flesh and Blood and already is happening. Someone the other day posted on Facebook, got drunk. Now there's only 2,500 of them left in the world, or 24.99,
Oh.
and it was
Yeah.
a Alpha Enlightened Strike that was foil, and they ripped it in half.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean,
Yeah.
just why? But whatever, it's your card. Do whatever you want with it. But how
Yeah.
stupid,
Yeah.
Why are you ripping up a card that's worth a lot of money and something that's a part of history? In my opinion, that's what always bothers me.
Yeah, that's what I'm always saying in my channel, that I don't rip cards. Although I have two subscribers who want my signature, but I feel cringy when I mark something on a card, because that is an IP, and I'm an artist, and you can see someone drew that card, someone designed
It
that
feels
card, and
weird. Yeah,
it feels weird, but I have to, because
yeah.
my subscriber is wanting my signature, so I send it to them. Yeah, that's oh
Now, do
man.
you have you watched Cobra Pearl on YouTube? Do you know Cobra Pearl?
Yeah, yeah, he's breaking the
Yeah,
crack
so
table.
I
Oh
was
my
doing that every
goodness.
time I got one, and I've had the worst luck doing it, but I'm going to continue to do it every time.
But for Cobra Pearl, I'm sorry, because I stopped watching your video when you start tearing those crack bubble, because yeah, I really stopped, but I still subscribe to him, but I stopped because I said, oh my goodness, I don't want to break, I don't want to, tear
I get
cards,
you.
even
I
with
get you.
MTG. Even lands lands of MTG, the tokens, the promo cards, I kept it. I have a collection of promo cards, the one with Magic, buy Magic the Gathering. This is the
Sure.
website. I don't know if you've seen that
I
one,
have,
but
yeah,
I
and
have those.
yeah, you'll get like the instead of a token, you'll get like the advertisement card or whatever.
I think this binder, a whole binder with with those
It's
with
cool though,
those
because you're right. It is. It's like a
yeah,
part of. It's like a part of history for sure.
yeah, and it will never be printed. And
Yep.
if you've seen, if you see like promo cards now for Magic the Gathering when it was alpha,
Yeah.
I don't know if all the collectors will get it, because what I'm always thinking like this way. If this is the card right now, and this is the game right now, after 5 years, 10 years, if I'm in that year, what will I ask when I want to collect something from this game.
Yeah.
So I will ask, what is the first? Okay. So what is the first? Always that word, first. What is the first product? What is the first edition? What is the first banned card?
Yeah.
See? So that is what I'm thinking always. Because like me, like I will go to Pokemon. When I go to Pokemon, I'm a noob, okay? And I will say, hey, this is a good game. And what is the first edition for this? What is the first card that was so popular that time? And when I go to MetaZoo, MetaZoo is the new game, right? What is the first edition? So you always look at the first. So that's how I collect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Right?
smart. And
I'm
that's,
not sure. It probably is similar as you,
see, and
right?
I collect different in the way that I don't like bulk. So anything I have more than what I don't think I'm ever going to
Uh
use,
huh.
I give away. So I give to my brother, or I give to people on the channel, or if someone hits me up and says I need cards, then I'm like, here. Because we live in a small house. I don't have the space for it. I don't have the time to sort them all.
Yeah.
So I collect a little differently than some people, but I still have stuff that's special to me that I don't want to get rid of. But, if the price is right, anyone will get rid of anything. So,
Excuse me. Yeah, it makes sense because you have to sustain your hobby, right?
yeah. Yep.
And buying things, it won't go it
No.
won't go anywhere. So you have to sell something or maybe have more income
Well, and I think
from
that's
other sources, right?
I agree, and I think that's I think that's a good place to end too. Is let I, I think a lot of people can learn from that, and I've been doing some videos on that type of stuff, like financial stuff. So
Uh-huh.
don't overextend yourself. It may seem like something that, oh, I'm an adult, I already know that, but it's easy for even me at 37 years old with a family and responsibilities to realize, man, I shouldn't buy this. I shouldn't buy that. If I'm going to buy this, I'm selling one of my magic decks, or I'm getting rid of this stuff to pay for it. Don't overextend yourself. Invest in what you can. And that's why this, like you did, save $5 a day towards Flesh and Blood, and this spend $100 and buy $100 worth of product and sit on that.
Yeah,
You can pick up Blitz decks really cheap that are pre-built. You can find pre-built deck lists online and just take
correct.
that online deck list and build it from TCG Player, or join the FAB community sites and ask people. There's so many people. Last night in the Canadian Discord, I saw someone say, "Hey, does anyone just have like a box of spare cards, like, junk rares,
Uh-huh.
commons, whatever's left over?" And someone did a box break last night. And actually, I've seen people do it with a case break. They said, yeah, give me all my cards that I pulled that I wanted. Send the rest of the case to this person, and that person will pay shipping. They get four boxes of Flesh and Blood, and most of them are just missing like the rares and the foils and
Uh-huh.
legendaries and stuff.
Yeah.
But everything else is in there for them to build a deck from. So I think that's a good place to end this. Is saying there's ways to spend your money on Fab that are good for your budget and are not going to overextend you. And people like Ben making these videos, that's what really drew me to your videos. Is you're more off the cuff style of saying, this is what if you have a small amount of money you should invest in. This is what you should be looking at. And I also
Yeah.
want to say too that I really like that you change up where you do your videos a lot of times, and I may steal that from you too and start filming outside more, or start doing stuff in different locations, because it does give you a different feel. I really like that, rather than same place all the time. So
Yeah, because 80% of the time before COVID, 80% I'm traveler.
sure.
So I travel every time um all over Canada because of my work.
Sure.
So it will be like a different sets. You can see my background hotel and outside if I see it, it's very beautiful view, then I can also include that and
Might as
also
well.
promote Canada for my viewers, right?
Definitely,
And
definitely.
yeah, and regarding finance, I was teaching also those finance thing, and I have a videos telling about insurance. Um, get an insurance first before doing this hobby because this is a need. This is a want, not a
Yes.
need. Okay,
Yep.
and yeah, they need to do an insurance, and I haven't done a video for you need to have a debt free first, pay your debt before investing in this one if you
Oh
have
yeah.
debts.
And if you rent, make sure
stop
you have
doing.
renter's insurance too.
I'm sorry.
If you rent your home, make sure you have renter's insurance to cover that stuff too.
Correct.
Yep. Because a lot of
So
people don't
yeah,
think of that.
yeah, I included this in my insurance here
Yep.
in my home. So because people are, buying things even if they have a debt, and they will end up selling all of their collections in the near
Yep.
future. And as a collector, I'm not sure if it's like your baby, right? When you buy like a set of, let's say, Monarch, and then it's like your baby that you can't sell it to another person
I get
because
it.
it's
It
like you get in love with it, right?
it's something special, and it's like when I sold
Yeah.
my Eye of Ophidia. Like, I'm glad I sold it because it paid for things I needed the money for at the time that I didn't want to dig into our savings on. But at
Uh-huh.
the same time, I'm like, man, I opened that and I had that experience with it, and I wish I kind of would have kept it. But one of my
See?
patrons
Yeah.
actually wanted it and offered me a really good price for it, because I knew he had been wanting one. And I said, I don't really want to let it go. I'd let it go for this price. And he goes, I'll gladly pay you that price. I really want one. I said, okay. So, like for me, it worked out, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's
it's kind of
definitely
sad.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, Ben, listen, I
All
thank
right.
you very much for being
Yeah.
here. This was a lot of fun. I'd love to talk again, and we will have to. We were talking about it off the recording here about getting together and playing Fab online. I would love to do that. We get a camera set up.
Yeah,
We can
we can
both
do that. Yeah.
learn to play the game better together. So
Yeah, that's good. I also set up my Discord already, and I will be inviting more from my subscribers and Patreons to play
awesome.
with me because I'm noob for that one. I only play at
And
felttable.com.
there's nothing wrong with that. You'll learn in
Yeah.
no time. And I want to say too, check out below. I'm going to have a link to Ben's page, and then when you get to Ben's page, make sure you subscribe. Check out his videos, and the link in the description for what was the name of the store again?
Infinitycards.ca.
Yeah. So make sure you
But I
click
have
on
an
the link in
affiliate.
his video.
Yeah, I have an affiliate link. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that way he gets credit, and that way you're getting the good discount. So
Yeah.
anyways, I'll end it there, and I thank you very much for being here, and we will talk together soon. I hope.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward for that game. Yeah.
Me too, man. Take care.